Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today's reading is about your lucky day. So we're going to be looking at how your luck is manifesting right now, what you can do that will increase your luck, and when this lucky day might be. We have 3 options for you to choose from today, 3 separate piles which correspond to the images that you saw on the cover of this reading. Group number 1, pile number 1 corresponds to the clover. Group number 2, pile number 2 corresponds to the dice, and group number 3, pile number 3 corresponds to the 8 ball. Make your selection and use the timestamps linked in the description box or pinned in the comment section below to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings. If you do feel called to more than one or maybe even all of the readings, that's perfectly fine. Allow your intuition to guide you to the messages that are meant for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. We'll see you in your readings. All right, hi group number 1, welcome to your lucky day. Let's take a look at your cards. So you have take action. So right off the bat, feels like you're meant to be involved in the process of this lucky day. You have no need to worry as well. So it feels like this is going to be something that will kind of happen as a result of you taking action. So this luck is really coming in as you reduce your worry, take action appropriately, and feel into whatever the universe is guiding you to. Let's keep going. You have a yes from Ganesh. Okay, so yes, the universe is giving you a big fat yes. Your lucky day is here. I'm feeling like it's very, very soon for you guys, although we haven't even asked about timing yet. And Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. So this is really the universe's way of telling you that there's no need to worry whatsoever. You are going to be taken care of here. Any obstacles that are in your way are going to be removed, especially as you take aligned action. That's the most important part here. As long as you take aligned action and go with what your intuition is telling you to do, responding in the moment and reacting, responding proactively, that is what's going to really, really help this to come about. So you also have come out of the closet. Yeah, I think that's probably the action that's needed on your part, is to, put yourself out there and to make sure that you are contributing energetically to this lucky energy that you're in right now. Because luck is really just about how we operate. It's the frequency that we resonate at. Alignment is tantamount to luck. It's not just random chance. We can influence it by the alignment to our soul's expression, positive energy, accruance, and obviously positive karma, which is through aligned action. That's what I'm seeing here with Ganesh. They're really talking about how you are going to be blessed with an abundance, because they're showing me the plate of, what is that, like cakes or something that he's holding in his hands. I don't know what they're called, but to me they look like donut holes, like Timbits. If you're Canadian, shout out to Timmy's, Tim Hortons. If you're an American, you probably don't know what that is, but yeah, Timbits are the best. And this is like, I just feel like it's a blessing of sweetness, or it's an abundance of something that is absolutely delicious. You're going to love it. There's really no need to worry here, but you need to kind of take action to get out of your own way here, or to come out of the proverbial closet by making yourself visible, is what Spirit just said. So making yourself visible, but they said making yourself visible to the universe. Okay, so that means kind of like shining your light. Yeah, okay, let's see what else you have. Hello and goodbye. You'll soon see that things will change for the better. I don't even know. That is not even what it says on here, but that's what came out of my mouth. It says, you'll soon see that this change will make things better. There we go. I had a hard time getting that one out. But yeah, so there's this luck that's coming in is going to cause you to kind of transition, I think, moving out of one phase into another in your life. And it may kind of bring a moment where you have to yeah, just honor the fact that there is an ending happening, but it's kind of like an ending of you restricting yourself. And as you're shining your light and being more authentic and really opening up and being more visible to the universe, whatever that means, you're going to see that this is going to make things way better for you. Okay, you have water. Drink more water and eat foods with water in them, such as fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay, so fresh fruits and vegetables are really standing out to me here. And since we did have that sort of reference to the food, again, I'm feeling it's like the sweetness of life. And they're talking about healthy choices. Again, they're talking about action and healthy choices. I feel like this is going to be luck that comes about when you can embrace flowing like water. The obstacles are being removed from your path, so the water will just naturally flow downhill, downstream. There's no effort involved. It just goes that way. It's like gravity. And that's what they're saying is like, as soon as you unleash this energy and you take action, it's like it just naturally flows. So yes, your luck is dependent on you, but you have support from the universe. As soon as you take action, those obstacles are removed and you just flow, and then things move along really quickly. It may lead to an ending of some kind because, again, you're not going to be able to stay in the same position you were in before. And maybe that's why there's resistance to coming out of the closet a little bit or shining your light or being more visible. But they're really trying to affirm here that it's okay. It's okay. It's safe to do that. And in fact, it's going to lead to a lot of blessings. So it's going to be worth it to do that. You know, it's going to make things a lot better for you. You're going to feel healthier. You're going to feel less stress. They just said worry free. So yeah, you're going to feel less stress in your life in a big way, and you're going to feel more confident is what they're telling me, and like I'm feeling it in my body as well. You're going to feel more confident, more sure of yourself, especially if you felt like you didn't have this sort of gusto to be able to make things happen or have people take notice or have the universe really notice you. It has, and it's actually encouraging you to be even more bold and be even more bright and be even more visible. Like they keep saying that over and over in my head. All right, you have the Ace of Wands. There you go, being visible. The Ace of Wands is a fiery new beginning. It's a new passion. It's a new project. And this card looks like a paintbrush. So this could be being more visible as an artist of some kind. It doesn't have to be painting, just any kind of creation, and putting yourself out there, maybe posting something, maybe putting something out, because the Ace of Wands is a new project or a new idea that you take action on. And it's funny because I put it right underneath take action without even thinking about it. And yeah, that's exactly what the Ace of Wands encourages you to do, is to take action. It's an inspiration and a new passion that comes in and kind of lights a fire underneath you. And then it's up to you of how you express that or what you do to really kind of incorporate that. It's like, I haven't painted in a while and I really would like to, get a paintbrush in my hand and buy some paint and just kind of see what happens on the canvas. I have this idea in my mind. Can I make it real? The Ace of Wands comes in and says, go do it. And then you go to the store and you buy the supplies and you go home and paint. That's the Ace of Wands. So it's like, it does help you to take action because it's that inspiration and that fire, motivation really, to be able to do it. And that helps you kind of like come out of your shell a little bit here. That is when those obstacles are removed. Interesting that you have the Eight of Cups with the hello and goodbye card. I feel like I actually want to put it next to this. This one wants to sit over here next to take action, but I want to put the Eight of Cups here because it's very sort of similar energy to hello and goodbye. This is walking away. This is going to a new place. And I just heard travel over water. Oh, okay. Some of you may actually be moving or traveling over water. Maybe it's on a trip, maybe it's on an adventure, maybe it's, moving entirely. I don't know. But they did just give me that message very loud and very clear. So this is something that, again, it kind of like requires you to make some changes in your life, but they're going to be for the best. They keep reiterating that they are going to be for the best. So the more that you move toward and take action toward things that feel aligned with you or that give you that sense of passion and renewed motivation, the more that the universe is going to back you. You have the Four of Coins. I just heard you're protected. Okay, so if you're worried about money, if you're worried about letting go, if you're worried about taking these actions, they're saying you're protected, you're blessed, and nothing can harm you, is what they just said. Wow. Nothing can harm you, group number one. You are lucky. You chose the shamrock. That is a very lucky sign. So you guys are so, so blessed. And Spirit is like literally wrapping their wings around you like this, like the angels are wrapping their wings around you. The universe is wrapping its loving embrace around you as well. And it's wanting you to succeed, is what I just heard. It's wanting you to succeed. So it's like the universe is definitely on your side. Who is it? Gabby Bernstein, who says the universe has your back. I've never actually read the book, but yeah, the universe definitely has your back, group number one. You have the Nine of Coins. Look at that. If you are worried about money, group number one, don't be. Do not be worried about it. No need to worry. The Nine of Coins is this abundance. It is assured abundance, is what Spirit literally just said. Assured abundance. So if you guys are worried about having the money to travel, or having the money to create, or having the money to just like come out of your shell, they're saying don't worry about it, do it, because the obstacles are being removed for you, and there's going to be a path that becomes available, and it just flows like water. It just moves on its own. You will have to say goodbye to certain things, but you're protected through the process. The money you need will be there. The support you need will be there, and you will feel so abundant and so luxurious as you make these necessary changes and embrace these new opportunities that are presenting themselves for you in your life. You have Snapdragon. Listen with care and speak with kindness. This is so beautiful. And it's funny because I was out for a walk the other day, and I actually did a little sort of journal dump on my on the community board, if you guys read that little story about my walk by the creek. And there were snapdragons there, and it was such a blessing. That day was such a blessing to connect with nature and to get outside. And I loved seeing the snapdragons and all the little bumblebees, and it was just so sweet. So I feel like you guys are really changing the way that you express yourself. That's what I'm getting here. The yellow is reminding me of the solar plexus chakra. So this is your sense of self, your identity, how you take action, how you implement, motivation and goals, and sustaining those with consistency to move towards your desired outcomes. And this is also how you feel about yourself. They did mention confidence before. They were channeling that energy through to me. And I think that's going to improve how you listen and how you speak as well. Because in the beginning of this reading, I was kind of stumbling over my words, and I was even getting a little frustrated with it because I have all these messages, and it's kind of like they were like all flooding to my mouth at the same time. And then I was kind of like getting overloaded with them a little bit. And now it's starting to flow more smoothly. And that's kind of like the water. The obstacles are being removed so that the water, which is, I think, a divine expression, which could be to do with communication, it could be to do with visual arts, it could be to do with really anything at all, but it's flowing more smoothly, and that way you're going to be able to experience the nectar of life, is what Spirit just said. And they showed me the bees in the snapdragons when I was down by the river. So it's like you are really going to experience the sweetness of life. That's what they were talking about before with the fruits and the donuts. It's like the sweetness of life. And look at, he even has fruit in his hand. I didn't even realize that. He's got a watermelon in his hand here. And this is, it's like the sweetness of life, and he's just stopping to enjoy it. And that was what that day really represented for me. If you haven't read that little story, I would, encourage you to go read it. I really enjoyed writing it. So if you feel called, it's a beautiful little moment I wanted to share with you guys. And the other thing that I'm noticing here is the little bird perched on the watermelon. And this makes me think of your intuition, because your intuition is always in my mind kind of like a little birdie, that's on your shoulder whispering to you, hey, go here, do this. And I even did a reading, a little birdie told me, and it was all about your intuition. So I feel like this is how you're going to be making these changes and making these movements in an aligned way. It's by listening with care to your intuition and then being able to express yourself in an aligned way. Okay, you also have Poppy. Remember who you wanted to be. Wow. Ooh, I just got big shivers from that one. I feel like this is something from childhood. So your luck in this situation is something that you desired in childhood. So think back to when you were little. What did you want at that time? What did you want to be? Who did you want to be? How did you want to live? What did you want to feel like? And bring that forward into this moment. Really hold that in your heart. Let it come to you. Don't try to force it. Just remove those obstacles by opening up and let your little child self speak to you through your heart and your deepest desire. This is what Spirit is saying, because they want you to tap back into who you wanted to be. Because it's through that you're going to experience this luck. It's by reconnecting to a core aspect of yourself that never really went away. It's always been there. It will always be there because it's an innocent, pure heart's desire, and it's a part of who you are. Desires that come from the heart are planted there by Spirit, is what they just said. That's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. And it's up to you to nurture that growth, to see it come into full bloom. And that's where they're saying that the action on your part is creating the environment for that seed to take root. And then they're saying that they're going to remove all the obstacles. They're going to make sure that the land remains fertile and lush, and that the plant has the sunlight it needs and the water that it needs and the fertilizer in the soil. So the universe really takes care of all that, as long as you create the environment within yourself where this plant can thrive, where this dream can thrive, this goal, this version of you, this expression, this creative spark, which really boils down to loving yourself, aligning with your truth, and taking aligned action. I do feel like there's a part of you that is looking outward, where sort of the rest of you is really focused on staying kind of within. There's a part of you that's like, I want to go out there. I want to do that. I want to be that. I want to try that. And then there's this other part of you that's like, no, let's just stay here. This is where it's comfy. This is what I know. And that's very normal, very human. We all experience that to varying degrees, right? But I'm seeing that they're saying, it's time to turn all of those aspects of yourself to the outside and look to what you can create and what you can become as a result of what you create. Now, the reason they gave me this message is because I put these little teddy bears on the reading. I don't know why, I just felt like it, and they're cute. And one of them, I didn't notice, he's facing outward. So this little guy, the purple one, he's facing outward. And I meant to have them all facing inward. And this is the message, is that you are meant to actually face outward, in the sense that you make yourself more visible. You do these things, you put yourself out there. That's where the luck is going to come in. You are lucky. You just have to put yourself in the position to be able to, see that actually come to fruition. It's like if you take the risk, if you take the leap of faith, if you actually do the thing, then you're going to see the luck manifest. But if you don't, then that's when you start to experience the little bumps in the road and the things that don't work, and going into resistance and feeling as though there's not a lot of progress happening, or as though things are not working in your life, because you haven't taken the aligned action that's, in support of what your soul is calling you to do or to be. Spirit just really, really wants you to know that your luck is assured. They keep repeating that. They're like, your luck is assured. You just have to trust and take that little leap of faith, because that's what's on your shoulders. That's really the only part. It's like taking the initial action and then kind of sustaining that action. But for the most part, it's like taking the initial action that they're showing me is like the biggest hurdle for you to get over, because it's like there has been major resistance to just doing something new, or trying something for the first time, or taking an action you've never taken before, or at least not in a long time. But again, they're like, as soon as you do that, everything flows and it becomes so easy and effortless, and all the obstacles are removed and things move quickly, is what they're showing me as well. So I feel like, again, now that we're back to timing, I do feel like this is something that happens very quickly, like within a month. Yeah, they just gave me four weeks. So within 4 weeks is if you're able to take this action, this happens and unfolds very, very quickly because it's water and water flows pretty fast. And you also have fire, which burns very quickly. So I feel like this is, within weeks, a matter of weeks. So the sooner you take the action, the sooner you see the luck. The sooner you implement the idea or put this into the world or do the thing or show up or be more visible or whatever it is, the faster you see the luck start to shift. If you've been feeling like things were stuck, they're saying that will like melt away as you take the action, as you do the thing, because you're putting your energy back into alignment, and then things can flow more effortlessly. I feel like you've just got to like shoot your shot. Group number 1, like they're showing me this guy on the Pegasus, and he's got like this, what looks like a shooting star or something in his hand that he's about to throw. I feel like you guys are, you've got to shoot your shot, because that's what I heard when I looked at that card. If you've been holding back on a dream, this is your time. And it's like, it's go time. You're ready. Your wings are unfolding and you'll be able to fly. You know, it's interesting that you have 2 cards here with Pegasus on them. Pegasus could be significant to you. Maybe look up the mythological meaning of Pegasus. That could be relevant to this luck or this creative expression or this new phase of your life, because that's kind of what it feels like. It's like not just a lucky day. This feels like a lucky life. That's 9 of Pentacles energy. It's a lucky life, like a blessed life. But to really start to experience this on a regular basis, what they're saying is like you need to take flight. Maybe that's what the Pegasus means. They said some of it. That's some of what it means. There's more. So that's why they want you to go look it up, and they prompted me to say that. But yeah, you're going to experience more luck in your life when you allow yourself to open up and spread your wings. Yeah, be more visible, group number 1. That's really the message I'm seeing here. They keep repeating it. I'm seeing the lute here in the hello and goodbye card. And this is kind of reminding me of creative projects like music. Could be music, could be painting, could be writing, singing, because we have to speak with kindness. Like communication is obviously important here in some way. And water speaks to me of creativity as well. So this is, being able to express your creativity in a way that feels very much aligned for you. But it's like you're afraid of putting your art out there in one way, shape, or form, or some part of you is, maybe not all of you, but some part of you is afraid to put your creativity kind of out into the world. And maybe that's why you're kind of hiding a little bit. Even this, the 4 of Coins here and out of the closet, they're both doing similar sort of body postures. They're kind of like a little hunched over, they're grabbing onto their knees, or at least that's what it looks like. So it's this kind of keeping yourself small energy that I'm seeing there. And Spirit is saying, again, unfurl your body. Like if you're sitting all hunched over with your knees up, they're like spread out, take up space, become more visible. And yeah, be willing to take up space in the world. Quite literally, that's the message. Be willing to take up space. You deserve to take up space and be visible. Your art deserves to be seen, to be known, to be appreciated. And you deserve to be, I just heard the word lavished. That was not the word I was going to use, but wow, okay. You deserve to be lavished with abundance as a result of your creative expression and your authentic, aligned being. I feel like this is something that's been happening very slowly over a long period of time. Like a long period of time. And again, they're bringing me back to the fact that this is something that you wanted to be a long time ago. And that's why they said, remember who you wanted to be. Because they're showing me that there's a little tiny tortoise in this card, the hello and goodbye card. And that tortoise to me is saying, you know, hey, this has been a desire for a really long time, but maybe we did do some action towards it and it just felt like it was going so slowly that we kind of gave up on it, or we didn't think it would happen, or, you know, it wasn't our luck, or we didn't deserve to be that person, or whatever it was. And they're saying, no, that's not true. All of that work was important. All of those things needed to be done in the right time, in the right way, and that's why it took so long. But there's also a little bunny right behind the tortoise that they're just showing me right now, and it's like the tortoise and the hare. Yeah, so it's like you're going to be able to go really quickly and win this sort of race of life, or whatever you want to call it, because you're taking action. There's a little gingerbread man in this picture as well. And there's so much going on here that they're drawing my attention to. So the little gingerbread man is like, gingerbread man, run as fast as you can. How does that go? That nursery rhyme? Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man, something like that. Yeah, so I feel like as soon as you start going now, once these obstacles have been removed, because it's kind of like things just line up and now's the time, you know? And as soon as you take the action, because the inspiration's coming back around or it's coming back in, I see that the momentum really picks up fast for you, group number one. And that's where the luck is that before you tried and it didn't work, and now you're trying again because Spirit's prompting you to, because it's aligned now, and then it really, really flows fast, very fast. And it's like no one can catch you, because they're showing me them planting so many ideas and inspirations in your mind of different creative projects, and you're like unstoppable. Nobody can catch you because you're just like ahead of the curve. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you're like 3 steps ahead every time. You know, if people, yeah, they're showing me like trendsetter type of energy, where you guys are meant to be visible to the extent that you're like ahead of the curve. Like if other people are still doing this, you're doing that, and then they catch up afterwards, and you become sort of like the leader or the pioneer of that movement or that creative idea or something like that. Yeah, you're like, they said not 3 steps ahead, you're 10 steps ahead. Whoa. Wow. And that's why they're saying there's no need to worry, because as soon as you sort of put this initial action in, it's going to be like boom, 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 really fast. And then people are going to take notice, and you're going to skyrocket, is what they just said. Wow, you're going to skyrocket. Oh my God, group number one. This is amazing. Talk about lucky day. Lucky life. Yeah, lucky life. They drew my attention to the hooves on these unicorns, and they're golden. So it's kind of like you'll have golden feet. You'll be able to run so fast. Everything you touch turns to gold. It's like the Midas touch. Yeah, very pure. Wow. Again, they're giving me the message of taking flight. They're showing me there's like a little Tinkerbell fairy in this card here. So it's like, okay, the message of Tinkerbell, let's talk about that, because that's what they're wanting me to get from this. Because as soon as I said that, they showed me in Peter Pan when Tinkerbell sprinkles her pixie dust on the kids, and what they have to do is think of a happy thought, and then they float, and then they can fly. So really what I'm seeing here is raising your vibration. That's what helps you fly. So thinking in positive ways, being kind, speaking with kindness, listening with kindness. It's basically like being kind to yourself, being kind to others, keeping your vibration high, being optimistic, focusing on what brings you happiness, joy, a feeling of contentment, safety. These are all very high vibrational things. Focusing on beauty, creative expression, things that really light that fire within you. It's like that raises your vibration up, and that is what allows you to fly. You've got the pixie dust. It's on you. All you need to do is raise your vibration through thinking of happy thoughts. That's what's going to like light the fire that really allows you to fly and spread your wings. And then that fire creates the life that you desire. Spirit loves to rhyme through me. It's so funny when they do that. And it's going to bring a lot of sweetness and a lot of abundance and blessings in your life. Like you're going to have, they just showed me platters of sweet desserts and treats being brought to you. So it kind of makes me think of like, that old saying of something being presented on a silver platter. Yeah, it's like you're going to be, oh yeah, they did use the word lavished before, didn't they? Yeah, that's what it feels like. You're going to be lavished with like opportunities, gifts, accolades. I don't know what it's going to show up as, but they're showing me it showing up and quickly and very, very sweet. So that is what I see for you, group number 1. This looks like a very lucky day indeed, and it's happening within 4 weeks of you taking some action here. You'll start to see the progress of this as these obstacles are removed. As you say yes to yourself, the universe says yes to you. That's what they just said. As you say yes to yourself, the universe says yes to you. So take that and run with it. Group number 1, you got this. I'm sending you so much love and supportive energy to help you to take this action now and to do this thing. Remember who you wanted to be. Go do it. Go be that. You are that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed the reading, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more readings to come. And if you really like my readings and you want to support the channel even more, we do have memberships available. So that will give you access to the members only pick a card readings, weekly guidance, how-to tutorials, as well as the monthly live streams where members can ask me questions or I provide healing and guidance there live on camera. So if you guys are interested in that, hit the join button. And if you don't see it there, that means you're on an iOS device and you do need to go through the YouTube webpage rather than the app or through a desktop computer. So thank you so much, guys, for your support of the channel. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the dice, this is going to be your lucky day. So let's take a look and see. You have forgiveness. Okay. Let's see what else you have. Remain positive. Take charge of this situation. Nurture yourself. Okay. So I want to start with these. We'll grab the rest in a second. I'm feeling a message coming through. So I think that you guys, your lucky day has been a little bit like forestalled is the word that they're giving me. So it might feel like you've kind of been abandoned by luck, or that luck is not on your side. And you've maybe even become a little bit pessimistic about it. Maybe because you feel like luck has abandoned you. And I think that there's a need to kind of forgive the universe or forgive yourself or forgive your angels or your guides for this feeling of being abandoned a little bit, because I see that it's really kind of like you've been hard on yourself here, and this critical nature that you may have has made it hard for you to see things in a higher light. And it's this sort of ingrained negativity that's making the situation seem impossible. And that's kind of where I'm seeing the forgiveness needing to come in. It's like you need to kind of let go of how you've perceived yourself in these negative lights so that you can kind of really nurture yourself back into this higher vibration. It's like loving yourself is going to help you to remain positive because you're going to kind of be more on your side. And as you do that, as you take charge of the situation in that way, through intentional conscious compassion, and as a byproduct, the forgiveness of yourself, the acceptance of yourself, and that is the nurturing that they're talking about here. Again, that's going to help you to remain positive. That's going to raise your vibration, and that's where this abundance and this luck is going to come in. That's how manifestation works. So that's going to be the pathway to your success here. But you've kind of got to roll the dice on yourself a few more times. I feel like if you've given up hope, they're calling you to try again and try again and try again until you get it. And that is what is going to help you to see this blessing come in, or this luck manifest in your life. You have happy surprise. I love that. Something very good is about to happen. So that's why they're saying remain positive, because there's a happy surprise coming here. You don't see it. But as you remain positive and as you take these actions to really forgive yourself or the universe and to find that hope again and to renew that optimism, that is when you're going to see this happy surprise come in when you least expect it, is what they just said and what they showed me. Because they showed me this unicorn coming up to the window of this little girl in the middle of the night. It's like, that's so unexpected. She probably did not see that coming. And she's just pleasantly surprised. It's like the innocence of a child to just really embrace every single moment as it comes. So I feel like there's definitely going to be a lot of luck coming in. So it's important that you remain positive. That's why they've drawn you to this reading. You have love from your parents. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. It's beautiful. So there's love coming in. It's interesting that we have nurture, mother, Mary, and then parents, love from your parents. So this could be love from a mother that is coming in for you. And it's through this love that you're able to take charge of the situation and make the impossible possible. That's the luck that I'm seeing for you, group number 2, is making the impossible possible. Like if you kept rolling the dice and getting snake eyes, they're saying that you're going to roll 7s, if that's like a good thing. I don't know. That's what they told me. I don't gamble, so I don't know. But they're like, you're going to roll 7s. But the important thing here is that you nurture yourself and they just gave me the word self-esteem as well. So nurturing yourself is going to raise your self-esteem. There could be things from childhood that are needing to be healed here as well. This could be where the self-criticism came in, or the negative kind of viewpoint. And this could have been because you didn't really learn to nurture yourself in the way that you needed. Perhaps your parents were not able to show up for you as nurturing as you needed. It does say no matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can, right? They loved you as much as they could, but maybe that still wasn't enough. And that's okay. That doesn't mean they did a bad job. They did their very best. But sometimes enough isn't enough. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I can do my very best and that is enough. But sometimes my best is not enough for someone else, and that's okay. That doesn't mean anything negative about me. And it doesn't mean anything negative about the other person either. It doesn't mean that they're unworthy. It doesn't mean that I'm not good enough. It's just everybody has different capacities and different needs. And unfortunately, sometimes our parents can't meet those needs as deeply as we need them to. And it's interesting that this is a luck reading and we're talking about like childhood development and nurturing and care. And I think that's relevant because luck is really just a product of your alignment and your mindset and your actions. All of these are very much contingent on how we were raised. It's very hard to have like lucky girl syndrome if you are stuck in trauma bonding and pain from the past and wounding and negative mindset as a coping mechanism and all of these types of things, like very psychological stuff. Yeah, definitely. Probably not what you were expecting from this reading. Yeah, neither did I. But here we are. We'll get through it together, okay? There's a really good message here for you. You are lucky, group number 2. You just need to do a little bit of self-healing through self-love, nurturing, and that's going to help raise your vibration. And that positivity is what clears the path. Where there was an ocean, you part the seas, like Moses here in this card, right? You are able to make the impossible possible because you take charge of the situation through your mindset shift, through your alignment. Now we have the 10 of coins. No way. Look at that. 10 of coins is one of the best cards in the deck, in my opinion. The 10 of coins is long-term wealth and abundance. It's like legacy level money. It's also about parenthood and even like, different generations. So it's like the children, the parents, the grandparents. This is a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of love, a wealth of money, inheritance, things like that things that are passed down to us. So I think your luck is being positively impacted by a parent, specifically a mother. If your mother is still on this side of the earth plane, I see her being very much in support of you, either physically or her higher self is very much in support of you. And if your mother is on the other side of the earth plane, i.e. in the spirit realm, then your mother is really helping you to take charge of this situation and keep your positivity levels high so that this happy surprise can come in. And it's going to be a happy surprise that really lasts in your life. I'm seeing like long-term stability and really fast growth. Again, very similar to the message in group 1. But we're just going more in depth into like the childhood stuff here in your reading group 2. But they're showing me the bamboo in the background of this card. So this is really talking about fast growth, because bamboo grows quite quickly, and it's also flexible. They're saying bendy. It's like bendy, it's bendable, meaning like you can adapt a little bit, like you're not so rigid, is what they're saying here. And I think that's where you can forgive yourself a little bit if you stumble, or if you fall, or if there are little temporary failures or roadblocks in your path. They're saying don't be so hard on yourself, be a little bit more flexible, because that is a form of self-love. Okay, let's see. Wow, no way. You have the 9 of Cups. Like, these are 2 of the best tarot cards in the deck in the minor arcana, you guys. The 10 of Coins, long-term wealth and abundance, good health, longevity, prosperity, like I said, legacy. And then the 9 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. It's wish fulfillment. It's your wish being granted. In this card, they're really showing us, emotional connection. If you've been wanting love or manifesting more love in your life, this is something that this happy surprise might be looking like here. You could be wanting to start a family, and I see that very strongly in your cards here. And if that's the case, then it's again like nurture yourself, because that's going to set the foundation for you to attract an ideal aligned partner, or to deepen your connection with one you're already with, and to start this family that will go, generations long. Okay, let's take a look. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. This is a really cool card. I haven't seen this one come out before. This is a new deck for me. Thank you so much to the donor who wishes to remain anonymous, who purchased this deck, and also the flower blossoms for us through my Amazon wish list, which is linked in the description box below. I'm so happy that you chose these decks. I absolutely love them. So you have the Wheel of Fortune here, and this is, again, it's like a happy surprise. The Wheel of Fortune, it's bringing fortune to you. So remain positive, group number 2, because it's happening. It's here, or it's coming quickly. It does feel like right now you feel stuck. You feel, like I said before, it's kind of like you're feeling a little bit negative about things in your life, but it's like the wheel is going to turn. Like if you've had bad luck up until this point, or you perceive yourself to have had bad luck, like nothing but obstacles, things don't pan out, everything just seems to be really difficult. They're saying that's going to change, because the wheel is turning and you're freeing yourself from this net. Like if you see in this card, he's in the spider web, but he actually looks very happy and content. So he's not stuck, he's not trapped, he's not being eaten alive. Instead, he's like, this is my hammock, this is my like safety net, I'm good. The universe is going to catch you. It's like if you can just kind of remain positive and take charge of this situation by, remaining positive, raising your vibration, you're going to see a lot of change here in your mindset, and your mindset's going to change your circumstances. I also love that he has 4 arms and 4 legs. So I feel like he's very multi-talented, and he's able to do a lot of different things. Like it's giving me almost like octopus energy here, where you can really, again, adapt. Octopus have no bones, so they can really squeeze themselves through small spaces and things like that. They can change the color of their skin. They can, they can regrow their limbs if they get cut off. Like they're such wonderful, amazing creatures. And that's kind of what I'm getting here from this individual in the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you're able to adapt, you're able to regenerate, you're able to transform very quickly, and you're able to do a whole bunch of different things. that's going to be relevant in the coming weeks, is what Spirit just said. That's going to be relevant in the coming weeks. There's going to be kind of like, they're showing me that there's going to be a reason to celebrate. They're showing me this and this. Oy, oy, oy. That poor little bear keeps... First he was turned around the other way in group 1, and now I knocked him over. I don't know what's up with that little bear. You got the two of these figures, both with their arms raised. You know, so it's like, this feels like celebration. It feels like power. It's like a power stance too. Oh, that's really important. Okay, there have been many studies done around like shifting your mindset, and what they've found is that if you can actually change your posture, you can change your mindset. And posture came up in group 1 as well, interestingly enough, but not in this context. And what they're saying here is like doing power stance. So a power stance might be to stand with your feet hip width apart and raising your arms up in the air like that. It can also be like doing that Superman pose where you put your hands on your hips and you stand like this with your chest out. And yeah, it's like a stance or a physical body position that makes you feel powerful and strong. And that might be different for you, but like allow your body to tell you what feels powerful. And what this does is it sends, chemicals in the brain, or it activates this cascade of positive emotion that makes us feel more confident. So the more that we can physically walk like that, talk like that, stand like that, even if it's just in the safety of the 4 walls of our home, it is shifting your mindset, it's shifting your body chemistry, and it's shifting your vibration as a result. So this can also be a form of nurturing yourself that they're talking about here. Like there's many different things you can do to nurture yourself, but that's one of the things, because it helps to build your confidence. Wow. No freaking way, group number 2. You have the Empress. This is such a powerful, positive reading, and I would expect nothing less from your lucky day, but I'm just really blown away by the power of these cards. You have the Empress, and look at that. That's Mother Mary again, isn't it? 2 of them in your reading. So this goddess, because that's what she is to me, the goddess Mother Mary, she's very present in your life. This could be a goddess that you worked with in past lives and you were very connected to, and she's still around, blessing you, protecting you, keeping you safe, wanting to provide for you because you really aligned with her then. This could even be a goddess that you align to now, that you're very connected to because you have this mothering, nurturing energy within you, whether you're male or female. The archetype is there. And that's why they want you to bring that out, nurture yourself, because that's how you're going to create growth here. And this long-term wealth, happiness, fulfillment, happy surprises, big positive changes, like so much love I'm seeing here in your reading, so much nurturing. If you want to be a mother, I see that happening. If you want to create a business and mother and nurture a business, I see that happening. I see like long-term stability and wealth, happiness in relationships, happiness within family, happiness and self-love within you. Beautiful reading. Wow. Let's take a look at your flower petals. You've got, do not fear or doubt the new paths ahead. This card actually came up in the Your Destiny reading. It was like a little tiny short that I did. I just started doing shorts. I don't know. I just figured I'd play with that function. And this is kind of telling me that, yeah, you're destined for this role of the nurturer, or to nurture your desires and see those come to life, whether it's a physical child or it's an idea or it's a relationship or something. It's like you are birthing something. You are the mother of creation. That's what the Empress is, the mother of creation. And it's through this positive energy and this confidence in yourself that you really, like, they keep repeating this phrase, make the impossible possible. Moses parting the sea. You are making a pathway ahead where there was not one. But you have to remain optimistic about it. Almost like delusionally optimistic. Now, there's healthy delusion and unhealthy delusion. I've talked about this in at least one other reading. And healthy delusion is where you are aware that what you desire is not present. You're not deluding yourself into thinking that it's there or that you're more than you are, but you have a goal in mind and you act as if it is now. So it's kind of like a very empowered version of fake it till you make it. It's like you embody the energy now. Like, how would this version of me operate in my life? What would I be doing on a daily basis? And that, within reality, not going excessively overboard, but being realistically optimistic. Then that positive delusion becomes reality because you're able to manifest and align with that embodiment. Whereas unhealthy delusion is telling yourself things are better than they are, but not taking any practical action or not being realistic about it in your actions, maybe going overboard or doing too much of something that you don't have the resources to be able to uphold, or being like self-delusional in the effect of like not having healthy boundaries or not seeing negative truths before your eyes or whatever. But it's like being consciously optimistic. I think that's a better way of saying it. It's not like positive delusion. It's consciously optimistic, intentionally optimistic, with that touch of realism that helps to keep you grounded. And that is what helps you to manifest. You have Peony. Prosperity can be assured if you care well for tomorrow. I love that they're talking about prosperity here, since we have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is definitely growth in your finances for sure. And it's assured if you can care well. So it's interesting that we have care talking about like nurturing again, right? So it's the same or similar energy of being able to care for something. Can you care for and nurture your finances? Can you care for and nurture your relationships, or yourself, to be able to feel that sense of loving fulfillment that you've been seeking, or all of it? Love and reparent yourself is another message that's coming through here. Yeah, nurture yourself. I mean, but they literally have it in the card there, but they just told it to me again here with love from your parents. It's like, if you didn't receive the love that you needed from your parents, or at least like maybe not entirely the way that you needed it, you can go back and re-nurture yourself. And that is what, again, shifts your mindset, builds your self-esteem, increases your vitality, your vital force energy, your alignment. And that energy can be expressed through, it's kind of like you're reinvesting in yourself and creating more positive energy, more positive mindset as you love yourself more deeply. And then you take the actions which are, what did I call it? Intentionally optimistic, that will bring about these positive results. Because I see so many positive results in your reading here. Like, luck is definitely on your side. This is your day. So let's talk about kind of when this might happen, because we've talked a bit about what's kind of not been working. We've talked about what you need to be doing. Now I'm kind of wondering how long this is, or when this lucky day is coming about. And they said right now. Okay. Yeah. And then now they're showing me the card, prosperity can be assured if you care well for tomorrow. So quite literally, caring well for tomorrow is taking positive action today. Yeah. Because it's kind of like, you tomorrow is you in the future, and what you did today is what you're going to experience tomorrow. And now they're showing me like an example of, I can't remember what it's from, but there was like a show, and this guy, the main character in the show, gets drunk one night, and then he goes home like blackout, and he wakes up in the morning and there's oh, that's what it's from. It's from How I Met Your Mother. And yeah, Ted goes out and gets too drunk, and then he comes home, and in the morning he wakes up and there's a glass of water and some aspirin and a note beside the bed. And it's like, future Ted, take these. And like, he's basically caring for his future self because he's done that the night before, making sure that he's hydrated, doesn't have a headache, things like that. So, I mean, going out and getting drunk is probably not the best way to take care of yourself, okay, to be fair. But, the example is that he did something for himself in the future. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's like what you can do for yourself today is going to set the tone for the future. And they just said pave the path. So, and again, it's like Moses parting the seas, creating a path. That's what's going to create the path for you into tomorrow. So anything that you do today that's positive is setting you up for a positive experience tomorrow. So your lucky day is literally today, group number 2. Just keep rolling that dice. Just keep shooting your shot. Just keep doing it. Just keep going for it. Remain consciously optimistic. Yeah, that was it. Consciously optimistic, because I see a lot of positive energy in your cards and happy surprises wanting to come in for you. Something very good is about to happen. You just have to remain positive and take the loving, nurturing steps today to welcome that in and to set yourself up for success. All right, guys, that is what I see for you, group number 2. I hope that this reading was supportive of you, and I'm sending you so many blessings to help this to come about. Don't forget to like the video, share it with a friend who needs it today, and comment below. Let me know how it resonates or how this is playing out for you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you really want to support the channel and you love my readings, we do have memberships available. This will give you access to the members only pick a card readings, where we do all sorts of fun readings, as well as week ahead guidance once a week, and once a month live streams where I answer members' questions live on camera, pulling cards for you, connecting energetically, doing psychic readings, all of that. So if you're interested, hit the join button and check out the options. If you don't see it next to the subscribe button, that just means you're on an iPhone or an iPad, and you do have to go through a desktop or through the YouTube webpage rather than the app. For whatever reason, it doesn't work on iPhones. YouTube really needs to fix that. So I love you guys. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your lucky day reading. So you chose the 8 ball. So I'm really curious to see what your cards have to say, because the 8 ball kind of speaks to me of fortune telling and information and things like that. So that's literally what we're doing here in this reading. So let's take a look at your cards. You have perfect timing. Ooh, okay. So your lucky day is happening in perfect timing, and it says reconsider as well. I feel like that's when, the 8 ball would say like ask again or whatever it is. I feel like that's kind of what it's saying here, that there's divine timing at play, and you may need to just like wait a moment, reconsider, and then ask again. Let's see. Spiritual law of attraction, Melchizedek. Wow. I feel like you're soaring through the air, or you will be soon, because there's a little guy in the background there who's like flying in the background. So I feel like the law of attraction is actually working for you here. But it's like it needs to happen in divine timing. You have artistic expression, Paul the Venetian. Your artistic expression could be a factor in this. You have curiosity. Ooh, start a project related to something you're curious about. So it's interesting that we have those 2 cards back to back, artistic expression and starting a project. So they are talking about expressing yourself creatively here. And you have very soon. What you're asking for will happen soon in a happy way. Okay, so we were, gonna ask about timing, and then there you have it. The perfect timing is at work here, and it's happening very soon. So this gives me the indication that there's like factors that are a little bit sort of outside of your control at play here in regard to your luck. But what is within your control is your artistic expression. And they're prompting you to start something that you've never done here, like a project related to something that you've had sort of an inspired curiosity about, but maybe you've never pursued. Like, for example, I've always wanted to learn to play piano, but like I don't have a piano and I don't know how, or I've never like put it into action. But that could be something that they're talking about here is there's divine timing at play, but they want you to consider, because they're showing me the word consider highlighted, not re. They want you to consider doing something that maybe you considered in the past, but you didn't really follow through with. Somehow that's involved here with your luck. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. You have the 5 of Wands. And the Queen of Cups. Yeah, it's definitely something creative. It's something that is going to give you some kind of an emotional outlet, or a way of expressing yourself in a creative, imaginative, artistic way. But yeah, it could be something that in the past you felt like was a struggle for you, or that there was too much competition and you just felt like it's not for me because it's going to be too much effort, or Yeah, maybe you felt like there were too many obstacles that were blocking your path. And what they're saying is that it's because there's perfect timing at play. Or there was, yeah, it like wasn't the right time, and that's why you were kind of told to reconsider. But what they're saying now is that it's perfect timing right now. So that's why this is your lucky day. It's the perfect time for you to do this, to start this, to follow through with this, and to really tap into your unconscious, like tap into your creative mind is what they're showing me here. Start creating, start learning something, start doing something. Yeah, let that energy move through you. Queen of Cups is water. I mean, she's literally a mermaid here. So yeah, let that water, let that creative spark flow through you. Let it be expressed. It's going to bring you a lot of joy is what I'm seeing here. And that's kind of how the law of attraction works, is the higher you can make your vibration through embodiment, the more the universe will mirror that back to you. The universe is not like kind or unkind. The loving, like it's not like a loving universe or a spiteful universe or anything like that. The universe is really just an algorithm. And it's an algorithm created by God, source, creator, but it's an algorithm nonetheless. And it really only functions like an algorithm would, very unbiased, and it just gives you what you put out. So the spiritual law of attraction here is really about your authenticity and alignment to your own personal joy. And that's going to be different for each one of you. It's different for all of us, what brings us joy, what our imagination, desires to create, and how we express that. It's very different. And that's why the spiritual law of attraction is unique to you. What brings you joy is what brings in more of that to enjoy. What lights you up and gets your motor running, that's going to be different from the person next to you, or the person walking down the street, that you don't know, or you're even your best friend, because you are a unique individual. And they're bringing that up for a reason, because your uniqueness is very much a part of your creative vision and your artistic expression. And that's why they're wanting you to pursue what you are curious about. Because when you do that, you're going to open yourself up to some blessings that want to come in. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. The rest of them here, you have Justice. So it's like karmic balance is what I'm seeing here. And that's definitely involved in the spiritual law of attraction, being able to balance out your karma through aligned choices. Really, that's what that boils down to, is just, are you aligned with yourself? Are you coming from a place that is authentic, empowered, loving, kind, innocently curious, open-hearted, positive to yourself, positive to others? That's what really aligns you with this energy of balance. And that karmic balance is what's opening the door here, is what they're showing me. Ooh, you have the Hermit. It's a beautiful card. I love this with the white stag. The white stag always reminds me of like the protector, the guardian of the fairy realm. So it's like this untapped potential is what I'm feeling here. It's like somewhere that all of this information and inspiration can be found, and it lives within you, is what Spirit just said. And you have like this deep well of wealth is what they're showing me. It's literally like a fairy tale well, and there's so much abundance at the bottom of it, and all you need to do is get a bucket and start scooping it out. But it's like you haven't for whatever reason, or maybe you took, they're showing me a teaspoon. Oh wow, okay, so you've been like dipping your teaspoon into the well, but they're like, no, get a bigger bucket because there's way more down there. And that's so funny that they've given you the Queen of Cups, right? She's the Queen of Cups. She's got a bigger bucket, so you can like swim down into that realm and really like luxuriate in the wealth and abundance of your imagination that's down there. And those creative ideas are gold, is what they just told me. Yeah, and they're going to create a lot of really lucky things for you. You may be very intuitive, group number 3. I feel like you guys are the manifestors. You guys are the artists. You guys are the psychics, because people who are highly imaginative and highly artistic are often psychic, whether they've developed that part of their third eye or not. The third eye, in its sort of mundane sense, is very much connected to artistic vision. So when I used to work with clients, people who had a divine soul blueprint that was dominantly third eye would really excel and were often drawn into the realms of photography, painting, visual arts, drawing, sketching, visual design of any kind. It could be like designing rooms, feng shui. It could be like literally anything artistic. I've seen it all with clients, and it was all like very, very much from this imaginative realm, which is connected through the third eye. And all artists are connected through the third eye, whether they realize it or not, and whether it's their dominant trait or not. It's all being channeled through the imagination, which is tapped into the third eye, or is expressed, I should say, through the third eye. So I feel like you guys, if you've really tapped into your psychic abilities or your artistic vision or both, one is going to come with the other. You know, it's like the more artistic you become, the more psychic you become, whether you realize it or not. Or the more psychic you become, the more artistic you become, or vice versa. Or it's just a trait that you have, you know. But the Hermit card here is talking about going within so you can tap into that, because there's this, like they said, this abundant well within you that you just kind of need to go to, really. Yeah, you just need to go to it and start taking out big buckets full. Because it's going to really create so much prosperity for you, is what I'm seeing here. Like a lot of wealth, not just like physical wealth, but enjoyment, being able to feel self-expressed and authentic. That is so, you know, priceless, because it's an experience that you cannot buy. It's an experience that you can't really create just from a desire for it. It's something like you can create it from a desire from it, or for it, but you can't really like just snap your fingers and make it be. You kind of have to do that deep dive and that introspective work to be able to understand and know yourself more deeply and connect to the wider expressions of who you are and the imagination deep within. That's where that joy for you comes from, group number 3. And that may be different than someone else. Like I was saying, it's because you're a unique individual. But I see that in your uniqueness, it's really coming from that deep imaginative mental realm. A lot of it is very, very creative. And that is what helps you to express this luck, or to create this luck in your life, I should say. Okay, let's take a look. You have Violet. The answers and truths are always within. Wow. Okay, that is just so perfect with the Hermit card, because the Hermit card always talks about going within. So the answers and truths you're looking for are indeed within you, group number 3. And that's why they're saying, like, the more you tap into your artistic expression, your intuition, your feelings, your psychic knowing, your vision, yeah, that is where you will get this information, or the answers you need, or the inspirations to create. I really feel like what you are looking for is found within you. Yeah. Because they showed me what you're asking for will happen soon in a happy way. But what they were showing me was what you're asking for is within. And that's not what it says, but that's what they showed me when I looked at the card. So what you're asking for is within. And that's what this is talking about too. The answers and truths are always within. So I would recommend to really connect to and activate this luck. They're showing me you just like going for a walk. And it's funny because I did this the other day, and then I actually was inspired to write a post on it and share it with you guys on the community board here on the channel. So I wrote like a little blurb of my experience of this day that I went for a walk, and I had this like hermit moment where I was out with other people, not with other people, but there was people around, but I was really just with myself, and I was introspecting quite deeply and connecting to nature, and it really sparked my creativity. And that's what was born of it, was that little story and that quote about nature on the community board. If you guys haven't read it, check it out. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I feel like the more that you can just spend time with yourself, the more this creative vision or these creative inspirations or this just expression of your imagination is going to come through. It's all within you. And you have Iris, spread your creative wings and take flight. Oh my God, that is so funny. So they're definitely talking a lot about creativity here. Your luck is super, super interconnected with creativity and psychic abilities, because they're bringing me back to that as well. Your psychic abilities are part of your creative expression. Definitely, because again, you're tapping into the psychic realms of creation, which are like an entire dimension and beyond. So that is what gives you access to these ideas, these inspirations, these insights. Wow, yeah. You might want to check out group number 1 because they did have some messages coming through about creativity and taking flight. And you do have Pegasus here as well. They had that message come up a couple of times in their reading. So I feel like you guys are connected to group number 1, or that's an additional message for you. Melchizedek here with the lightning bolt in this card is really giving me the idea of like activation. And that is kind of also why I was called to write about that on the community board, is because in a previous reading that I did, there was a message that came through about like an activation coming from like a passing situation or a stranger. And that's kind of what happened that day as well. I was like walking and saw this guy and there was this activation. It was very subtle, but I'm realizing now that the reason he was an activator, and it was like a third eye activation, which was what the reading was talking about, is because he was an artistic as well. Like he had this really super expensive camera around his neck, and he was out in nature taking photos and walking his dog. But that artistic expression, again, it's like the third eye is very visual, and it wants to express its artistic vision very visually. So that's why I mentioned photography, and that's exactly what he did. And now I'm kind of putting the pieces together as we speak. So this is perfect timing. You guys are receiving activations to be able to look within and tap into this creativity. They want you to spread your wings, though. They want you to really, like put this into action, to implement it. If that means sitting down and writing, then sit down and write. If that means going out and buying art supplies, then do that. If it means, whatever your artistic vision is, just like making it real, putting it into practice, like making it something physical, tangible that you can touch with your hands. And a little bit like getting out of your own way here. The 5 of Wands can be a little bit of a challenging energy, but I feel like if you felt like there were blocks to this, or there was conflict or kind of like aggression in regard to you channeling and being in alignment and really using the law of attraction to your benefit to express your creativity and your artistic expression, I'm seeing that that's going to move out of the way, because some of that was karmic. And as you continue to embrace and be curious about your imagination and kind of how you can express that, the balance is happening here. The balance is really helping you to see the light and move past and beyond and above any of that feeling of like competition or struggle or strife. I feel like now it's going to be more about practicing and doing it creatively. So instead of having this competitive mindset about it, instead you're like, how can I practice this every day and use other people as an example of what I can achieve, and or as inspiration to create what I desire. So it's like maybe looking at other creators or artists and gaining inspiration from them rather than feeling threatened. Or like looking at other people in your field and using that as inspiration of what you can become. But I do feel like there has been an experience where you felt like there were blocks in your path, like there were obstacles that you had to overcome. And I think maybe some of that was part of it. But again, it's like it's all internal for you. I don't even think that those blocks were necessarily outside of you. I think they were just your experience within, your emotions, like how you felt about it. Like maybe you felt threatened, or you felt like an imposter. Imposter syndrome, yeah, that's like big for a lot of artists, because being an artist is very vulnerable. We have to share something that is so deep and part of us to the public, and it can be like a little nerve-wracking. And so imposter syndrome can come in and try to like stop you in your tracks and keep you small, or it can act as like a survival mechanism where it's showing, it's like trying to keep you safe, but it can also show you where you feel unworthy. And the way to get past imposter syndrome, in my experience, is just to keep doing it. Like every time I have leveled up in life, I have felt like an imposter for the first little while of doing something. But the more that I did it consistently and just showed up every day, no matter if I felt that way or not, the more that I felt like I belonged there. And I got used to it. And then I really started to believe myself that, I did deserve to be there because I was doing it every day and I was getting better at it. And then, you start to actually experience the positive feedback or the positive results or just the general experience of joy that comes from that. And then the imposter syndrome just disappears or fades or melts away. And so now what I've learned to do is actually to look at the imposter syndrome as like a good thing. So it's like a little green flag for me that lets me know that I'm doing something that's involved in my growth. So this is like, hey, you're evolving. Anytime I feel like an imposter, I'm like, oh, that means I'm evolving. That's a good thing. That means I've stepped out of my comfort zone and I'm doing something I've never done before in a way I've never done it. And that's a good thing. And if I stick with it, I'm not going to feel like an imposter anymore. I'm going to feel like I belong here because I do. And the fact that I was called to it in the first place means that I do. Yeah, I belong there, of course. And the reason I'm telling you this, group 3, is because this is involved in your lucky day. Your lucky break is what Spirit just said. Wow. Yeah, so this is going to be like a lucky break for you. And that's why they want you to do this internal work so that you can really feel worthy of it and take action toward it and keep doing it. Pursue it is what they just said. Yeah, pursue it. Take flight. Spread your wings and take flight. Your creative wings. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. Yeah, they told me like you're going to be swimming in the deep waters of your soul. And it's your imagination that gives you access to that. That's the well of wealth within you. It's beautiful. And I feel like your creative expression creates life for others because they showed me the coral in this card. And the coral is like a habitat for all sorts of natural life in the ocean. So I feel like, and it also purifies, is what they just told me. It purifies the water. It's like trees purifying the air. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know if that's accurate, but Spirit teaches me things all the time like that. So I don't know. But yeah, I feel like your creative expression somehow helps to create life for others. Like I don't know how, but it creates life for others and it fills them up and brings them joy. Maybe that's how. It purifies, it's like, it's purifying for you. It's purifying for others as you create this art. So it's like a win-win situation. It's mutually beneficial. It's good for you and it's good for the world. And that's why they're really encouraging you to start a project related to this creative expression, your artistic beingness. Like it's not even it's not even like just a thing that you do. It's like who you are. You just are an artist, group number 3. And you can't really not be an artist. Like even if you're not creating art, you're still an artist. Like if you see the world through the eyes of a writer, even if you never wrote a word down on the page, you're still a writer. You're not an author, but you're a writer. Like I see the world through the eyes of a writer. And I also see the world through the eyes of a photographer. Like I'm always looking at scenery and lighting and all of those things. So it's like you see the world differently than other people do, group number 3. And I think that's why you have the 8 ball as your significator, because the 8 ball, the fortune telling 8 ball is kind of like, again, it knows the answers. The answers are within it. Oh yeah. Literally the answers are inside the 8 ball. The answers and truths are always within, and the hermit is within. Wow. It's like you have the answers within you and other people need those answers. Maybe your creative expression is fortune telling in some way. Like this has been such a creative, oh my God, doing these readings has been so healing for me. And I know it's healing for you guys too, or at least I hope it is. I pray that it is, because that's my highest intention. And again, it's a win-win situation. And it has really helped me to tap back into my creativity. And you can see that through my readings. You can see that through that community post where I wrote for the first time in a long time. Shared what I wrote. I'm writing all the time behind the scenes, but I don't share it. I don't share it yet. It's coming. And I feel like you guys have a lot to offer the world. And if you've been kind of biting your tongue or holding back or not creating, Spirit is like, go for it, do it, get out there, create, expand, see the world through these magical eyes that you have, and help other people see that too. Because if you share how you see the world, other people can see it through your eyes temporarily, and that can activate them. Oh, that's the activation they were talking about. I wasn't even looking at the cards, and they were like, that's the activation. And then they drew me back to the lightning bolt. So yeah, you guys are activators in the sense that you see the world differently. You have deep truths within you. And the more that you can share that artistically, other people can tap into that. It's like you create light encoded art. You infuse your vision, your vibration, your frequency, your light, your perspective into your art, and that unlocks that within other people. Your emotional wisdom is held within your art, whether it's a painting or a picture or a digital mock-up, or they just said even a thumbnail. Oh, that's so funny, because I create thumbnails. Thumbnails are like the cover image on the readings. Yeah, that is definitely one of the creative expressions that I love doing. I love creating the thumbnails. It's so fun for me, and I get inspiration like at all hours of the night or day, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that's such a good idea, and then I make it happen. And it's so satisfying to have a creative idea and to pursue it and to learn about it and then to see it manifest. Spiritual law of attraction, manifestation. It's just so satisfying. It's so fulfilling. And that's the Queen of Cups energy too. It's like self-fulfillment. So yeah, everything that you need is within you, group number 3. And it's happening very, very soon. All they're saying is like, start this project, embrace what you're curious about, consider new options of creative expression, or continue to pursue what you have been called to creatively create. I couldn't think of another word. I'm much better at communicating in writing. I find I can speak fairly well, but I like to be able to write because I can go slowly and choose the right words very methodically. Whereas when I'm speaking, it's just kind of like a little bit more haphazard, but I'm okay with that. I hope you guys don't mind. So yeah, the answers and truths are always within you. You guys, it's the perfect timing. You're ready. Trust your intuition to guide you to the imaginative wealth within you, is what Spirit just said. Oh, I love it. So that is what I see for you, group number 3, sending you so many blessings for this lucky day very, very soon. Embrace your creative expression and spread your wings and take flight. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I love you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you love my work and you want to support the channel, I do have memberships available here, and it will give you access to the members only pick a card readings, as well as weekly guidance and monthly live streams where I jump on and answer your guys' questions, connect to you psychically, and even provide energy healing, as I am a registered Reiki master. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.